So it could be built anywhere from a couple years out to 10 to 15 years out, depending on the demand, depending on the funding, the support. 10 and 13 to see if there's something we can do to relieve the congestion and improve safety, at the interchange of exit 10 there, the Telegraph Green Springs location, and look at the whole picture. And in doing so, we did an environmental document, completed the first phases of it, went through the public process. We've had the public hearing, we've had public comment, and that's complete. And in doing so, our recommended outcome to that was an interchange up Main Street, or what we refer to as milepost 11. It's currently in the review process for basically putting the document together that will be forwarded to our legal review, and then just for formal approval and acceptance as a preferred alternative, and then it'll go into the Federal Registry, and then we'll receive a record of decision roughly around mid-July. Upon the completion of that process, the question has come up is, what about funding? When will it be funded? Well, first of all, we'll get the environmental process complete, which won't be done in July. At that point, then they'll start identifying what kind of funding would be required to complete the project. What kind of priority does it fit? Does it fit a priority to the community? Does it fit priority to the state? It has to kind of enter into another process where it competes statewide for funding and goes through another matrix. And a lot of those things that help make that determination are things such as safety, funding support. Are there other agencies willing to put money toward it to help complete it? When is the traffic numbers say it needs to be warranted? Are there other projects being built at the same time that it would help improve efficiencies and help improve the process if they were combined? And if there are multiple agencies that are willing to enter into agreements to help complete the project. All those things are considered to determine when it'll actually be built. So it could be built anywhere from a couple years out to 10 to 15 years out, depending on the demand, depending on the funding, the support, things like that. So it has to go through its own process to determine when it'll be funded, and each of those helps score it and move it up into the process. And currently there's no funding been identified to the project. That'll be the next step, is to try to identify what the cost would be. Or again, are there ways that we can make it more efficient by joining other projects, or and cooperation from other agencies to complete that project. And so as of right now, it's not funded, but we are looking every year. They have a 5-year statewide transportation plan, and they go through a workshop. As 1 year is complete, they move more project forward. And as they go through that process, they start identifying projects for the area, and they work it through statewide to get that into a funding year and a time. And that'll be the next step. So that kind of gives you an idea. We do follow quite a few processes to make sure that we're doing the right thing and being the most efficient. We're trying to keep mobility, safety, and economic benefit to the community. Well, in doing this a lot of years, one of the biggest complaints we hear is often that they wonder if the planning has been taking place. Our message is it is. And this is one of those steps. We're doing a better job all the time to try to improve that planning process. We also want to be transparent in what we do. If you have questions, don't hesitate. We're available anytime to talk. We're available to go through the different things. Our right-of-way division is always available if you have questions related to your property if it's impacted. Again, our effort here is to try to make improvements and plan far enough ahead that you don't get into one of those gridlock situations where then you got air quality issues, you got traffic delays, you got accidents increasing, and we're trying to avoid that in the planning process. And the process is there for a reason. We're not in there with pre-planned ideas that we're going to take something or do something. We really go through the process, and once a process identifies a solution, we're always open for better solutions, and even in every stage, we're always looking to improve. Be patient. We don't know when they'll be actually built, how quick or how soon, nor the funding. So right now, we just completed one step, and there's still other steps to follow. We really appreciate those that have participated, especially those that come and comment. As a department, we always encourage input. And if we can't hear from everybody from all four corners, how can you do a full service for a full community? Often you can hear one or two, but if you really want to do be beneficial to a community as a whole. We can only gather that information if everybody gets involved. So more involvement, we encourage it. And we're trying to increase our transparency, or build the trust. We do have processes we follow, but we still want to feel like they can trust what we're doing, and we're at least following the process properly.